Alright, so let's see how we can actually perform two-way binding in Angular, right? Over the previous video, I'll show you how to work with one-way binding. Now let's look at two-way binding, right? So probably before, you remember I told you two-way binding is where data flow from both the DOM to what the component class, and from the component class to the DOM element, right? So let me show you what I mean here. Let's open our app.component.html and let's try this. Input type text, and okay, placeholder. Do we need to actually? All right, so get out of it and let's actually get some paragraph right here. Sorry, you have typed what? All right, so what do I need to show you is open it, and you can see we have our HTML input field right here, right? So what we want to do right now is that you want to pass a property from our component as a value to this element right here. And what we want to do is whatever the user may decide to type in here should be also the value, or what should be assigned into that, what the property which will be used previously as what the value as this element is bullshit to you. Let me explain what I mean. Let me show you what I mean rather. Alright, so let me go to app.component.html. Let's define a function, a property here. Let me give it as a name of data, right? Data and data type of any, and let's actually type hello to it. Alright, so we want to bind this to our this HTML. So what we will do is we use something called, to perform two-way binding, we use something called ng model, right? We use ng model. So the way we use it is like open square bracket and then open parenthesis and type in ng model. If you are worried about how, or you may forget this, just think of it as what just think of it as what, a banana inside a square bracket, right? Think of it as a banana inside a square bracket, right? So simple. So we are using the ng model right here, and with the ng model we have to bind it to what the property that we want to use it. We want to assign it as a value here. So here what we are using is what, this data right here. So whatever the value of this data here should be what, the value of this input field right here. Alright, but now if you go ahead, and what we also want to do is we also want to bind the value right here into here, so that whatever the user will type, we can actually what, see it, right? So actually go ahead and data here. So if you run this in the browser, you can see, right, you can see we have gotten hello here, right, which is what is binded here. But why is it that the value here, which is hello, has been bind to this input value right here, but yet still we are not seeing anything inside this, what, this box here? What am I talking about? We should have seen hello here, right? But we are not seeing anything right there. So one thing we are missing is that this ng model is app component dot html. This ng model right here belongs to a file called belongs to some a model called form model in Angular. So what we need to do is import that form model and register it first before this thing will work, because basically this thing actually here doesn't know where it came from or where what it just like it is acting like normal string right here. So what we can do is go to app model and then let's import it. So import forms model. All right, it has done it. So what just happened is I just imported form model from Angular core forms, right? Angular core forms. This is the only thing that we are importing. Let me actually bring it down so you can see. So I'm importing form model from Angular core, but I can see I have actually imported it, but it is like not used. That's why it's not print white like this. So if you run over it, you can see export the required private and directives template from making them available for import by right. So it's just actually saying as what exported or imported. I need to register it. That's what it means. So copy forms model and import it right here. If you don't know how to register models and import models, watch my previous video. I've explained it much better. It's really easy. Okay, so now we have binded a form model, so our Angular application knows that hey, this ng model right here belongs to what this class right here. So it's actually going to work. So let's save everything and then open a browser and let's see. Still okay. So sometimes what normally happen, what changes that happen in this mg module, you need to refresh your server manually, right? So let me open my server and then refresh it. Okay, so let me open my server manually and refresh it. So ng serve it's gonna go ahead. So let me pause it for a while. Alright, it's compiled successful, so let's check it out. Alright, there we go. So when we refresh, you see we have gotten hello here, which is the data coming from the component, and it is also what display here, and whatever we do here will be the data that will be what the value that will be assigned to the data in the component. So let's type something like hello world. You see whatever we are typing here is what hello world. So what just happened here is this hello world right here. You see this component data right here, which has the value of hello world. Now the value here is not hello, it's hello world, because of what happened here. And if I refresh the browser, it will change to what hello, because that was the value that was inside that's the existing value that is inside here. So if whatever the user will type into this input field be the value that will be assigned to this field here. So here you can see data first flow from the component right here. This value flew from this component to this data into the value of this ng model right here, and then later the value flew from this input field here to this component. I should better explain this thing here. Alright, so when you refresh the browser, data flew from when you refresh the browser, we actually don't have any value here, but you can see we have hello here. Where did they go from? Data flew from the component to this value input field right here, and whatever we type here, yes, we are typing hello justice. What just happening here is that data flow from this input value into the component. So here two things has happened. Data has flew from the component into this input field, and data has also secondary data is free from what this input field to what to the component right here. So that's what we call two-way binding, because data free from both what the DOM to the what the component class, and from the component class to the DOM. But when one-way binding, the data free only from what the component class to the DOM right here. So that's pretty simple. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Quick recap: one thing you may have gotten it as an error is come to your app model here. This bad guy right here, don't make it ng, or don't make it ng mo. You may be tempted to do this wrong. It's not this, right? It's not this. At first, when I was also doing certain things, sometimes I found myself typing ng model, because I always repeat model, but it's no model, it's ng model, right? Yes, ng model. You can even see it right here. So go ahead, save it, and that should probably do the work. Alright, so thank you for watching. See you in the next